In the last segment, we showed you some highlights from the Ed Laboon 20 from Saturday night at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. Let's go back to the track for some late model action. In the 25-lap Rush late model feature, Laura Lucon in the black and blue 84 and Josh Holtgraver raced into turn 1 at the drop of the green. Holtgraver works the outside to take the point, while Joe Martin in the 55 slips into the third spot. Before a lap was completed, Mike Pegger Jr. in the number 1 Cochran ride had already picked up 3 positions after starting 8th. As they begin the third lap, Martin makes a move on the low side of 1 and 2. Although he seems to be poised to take the runner-up position, Lucon uses the momentum off of the top to pull even briefly on the backstretch before Martin is able to take sole possession of second place. A couple of laps later, Pegger moves up to third with this pass of Lucon. Up front, the leaders are neck and neck at the stripe. Martin shoots to the bottom of the turn, then slides up in front of Holtgraver to take over the lead. By lap 9, Martin has put some distance between himself and Holtgraver, who now has to contend with Pegger. Pegger has just enough off of the bottom to shuffle Holtgraver back in position. The caution flies when Kyle Lucon in the blue number 1 and Michael Reft come to a stop in turn 2. They were running in the 5th and 6th positions. So now, we will see what Pegger has in store for Martin. The 55 jumps to a car-length lead. Pegger looks like he has a shot to take the lead, but Martin powers away off of turn 2. In a battle for the 4th spot, Laura Lucon works the outside of Holtgraver through 3 and 4. Also in the mix is the 15 of Mark Motes Jr. The caution would fly on lap 13, where Colton Flinner spins in the middle of the corner, collecting Kyle Lucon. Martin has another impressive restart and maintains the lead. Holtgraver and Laura Lucon would go at it again for the 3rd spot. Behind them is the number 8 of Tommy Schernhofer. Even after 2 incidents, Kyle Lucon came back to contend for a top 5 spot. He and Schernhofer race into turn 3. The 8 pushes up, then Motes joins the fray. Lucon again closes in on 5th. Meanwhile, Martin had pulled away from Pegger on his way to collecting his first checkers of the season. Congratulations, Joe, on the win after you disposed of Holtgraver. It's pretty much yours, although Pegger closed on you there at the end.
Yeah, anytime you have a restart with Mike down here at Pittsburgh, anywhere for that matter, but especially Pittsburgh, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, so I made sure I got a good restart. But once the tires, in that first run, once the tires got going, I know everybody else had the same tires on too, but my car liked the heat in the tires a little more, it seemed like. So once they fired off, we were pretty good, and then on the restart with Mike beside us, he kind of made me push myself harder and find out, you have to find your limit with Mike beside you. So I kept pushing it harder and harder, and it just kept sticking. So we were very happy.
Now, surprisingly, this is your first victory of the year. We're accustomed to seeing Joe Martin racking up quite a few by this part of the year.
Yeah, we like when the summer heat gets going, so maybe that's going to help us out. But Andrew Wiley built this new car, and it's going to be, I really feel it's going to be one of the best cars in the country. But we've been working on it. This is our 13th night, and this is our first win. So I think once we hit on it, we've been having decent finishes, but finishing in the top 5 most of the time. But we just need that little extra, and just need a little bit more feel in the car. And we took a big step the last couple weeks, and we're getting close here.
Rounding out the top 5 in the Rush Late models were Mike Pegger Jr., Laura Lucon, Tommy Schernhofer, and Josh Holtgraver. In the Super Late model feature, it would not take long before Jared Miley in the H1 flexed his muscle. He quickly jumped to the lead from his outside pole position. His uncle Ben Miley in the 99 would work the outside of Kyle Lucon in the blue number 1 for 3rd place as they raced behind the 44 of Derek Stefanik. Early on, one of the few cars that may have been a match for Miley was the 02 of Brandon Burgoon. However, he had to work his way through the pack after starting 10th. By lap 5, this is the lead Miley had over Lucon and the 72 of Michael Norris. The two would do a little rubbing as Norris moves up to 2nd a few laps later. Eventually, Burgoon would take the 3rd spot away from Lucon through turns 3 and 4. Burgoon would make it up to second place as he moves Norris back a spot. However, he cannot catch Jared Miley, who led the entire caution-free event. Now, how's this for a prize? Miley received Blackie Watt's 200th win trophy in Victory Lane. It was presented to him by the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club. Norris held on to third. Lucon finished fourth, with Keith Barber fifth. In other action, Christian Schneider bested John Weiser in the hobby stocks, and Dylan Bolin picked up his fourth victory in the Young Guns. I was really surprised to find out that was Joe Martin's first victory of the season, considering all the success he's had in the crate late models the past few seasons. And how about Jared Miley with his runaway victory and a pretty cool trophy too. Now coming up next here on the show, it's some open wheel action from Clinton County Raceway. That and more when Pit Pass returns.
If ever there were a sign pointing the way to perfect refreshment, it would point northward toward Canada. Labatt, fresh from Canada to W.R. Hickey. Enjoy full-flavored Labatt Blue in bottles or cans. Labatt Blue Light, the purity of the North brewed into every beer. Or try Labatt Blue Light Lime, a great-tasting light beer with a twist of lime. As always, let W.R. Hickey's Beer Runners bring your favorite Labatt beer out to your car. W.R. Hickey Beer Distributor, 1321 East College Avenue, State College.